All right, Kevin, have you recovered from the trip to London?
Yeah, I think so. Over the past couple nights, I've been getting pretty good sleep. I only got maybe 1 hour of sleep on the way back from London. I would think that most guys didn't get a lot of sleep on that plane. It was a very good flight. I don't want to get into the details, but it was a lot of fun going on. Some music. We had a good time. But yeah, I got some sleep. Just got back to Tennessee just late last night. And then I'll be back in Chicago later in this week. But no, it was a well worth trip going out there, handling business, getting a dub, and then coming back home to the States.
When you and I chatted last week, you were still looking for your win, your first win in London. You personally, and man, you and your teammates were, as they say in London, smashingly good. Congrats on that first victory.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. Like you said, my third time's a charm, I guess. My first two times took some L's, but then to be able to get a dub, man, it was incredible. It was very, very fun. Like you said, it made the entire trip worth it. We just had a really good time. You could just tell, man, by the celebrations that the offense were doing and the celebration we were doing on defense, we were having a lot of fun. So, like you said, man, it was a well-worth trip over the water. Just excited, man, to be able to represent Chicago Bears in London.
You know, I wanted to ask you, because before the game, I was on the field there at Tottenham Hotspur. You had gathered your teammates around, as a captain would do, following the pregame workout. For the fans watching, what are you telling your teammates? And this is, again, after you guys are loosening up, after the pregame workout, before you guys go into the locker room, before you even come back out for the game. You're huddling them up. What are you saying?
But it's something that I was doing in Tennessee as the captain. And honestly, it varies per game. Honestly, sometimes the night before the game, I'm kind of marinating on or just meditating on, hey, what should be the message this week or this game? Honestly, this game, man, I was kind of telling the team, let's start fast. And that's been kind of the message the past couple of weeks, especially knowing that Jacksonville got out there pretty late that week. And we kind of already knew, because we were there the entire week, how many days it kind of takes you to be able to get away from that jet lag. So I would just tell the team, hey, let's start fast. Let's not go ahead and sleepwalking. We don't want to. We want to bury this team early. And it's really just like you said. Honestly, some of that stuff just comes from the heart. It's not rehearsed. I kind of have a good idea of what I want the message to be, but I kind of just let it go, man. Just kind of just talk from the heart. It's kind of freestyle a little bit, but it's something that I enjoy doing. I love looking into the eyes of my teammates right before the game and see how locked in they are to not only just the message, but to the game and the task at hand. So it's something I enjoy doing before games.
Jacksonville was coming off a game in which they had posted 37 points on Indy, KB. Are you and the guys on defense right now cognizant of the fact that in the last 12 games, this defense has not given up more than 21 points in a game?
We are. I'm not even gonna lie. I will say we are. We're a very confident, proud defense. We feel as though if our team and our offense, if Caleb Williams and the boys can give us 21 points, we should win the ball game. That's how confident we are. We're confident in our ability to get turnovers, to get stops, to be really good in the red zone. And that's what we're going to continue to do. We don't look at what Jacksonville did the week before or what other teams are doing. We just know that regardless of how explosive any team or any offense is, they had to come play the Chicago Bears.
You know, the defense came up with another pick and a fumble recovery. Montez Sweat, I don't know if you saw this, but after the game, Tez said, hey, it just makes us more hungry, man. He went on to say that at some point, I was almost tired of the offense converting. We wanted to go back out there and make more plays. Can you relate to what he was saying?
No, 100%. I mean, just the conversation that goes on the sideline, man, is like, at the end of the day, we get paid to play defense. Obviously, we know winning is all about playing complementary, offense playing well, special teams playing well. But like I said, it doesn't matter where their offense spots the ball. We want to go out there and make plays and ball out because we have the talent to do so. I know those guys have competition on the defensive line about getting sacks and tackle for losses. Same thing on the back end with TJ and Tremaine and obviously Jalen and all of us on the back end about getting turnovers. You know, we actually count. We have this ball hawk award that we're going to give out at the end of the year, and we tally up points. You know, for every point is different. Like if you get a sack fumble, a fumble force, fumble recovery, or interception, those are all points that's going to go into this ball hawk award towards the end of the year. And, you know, every single week we put up on that board who's leading right now. So, like I say, it's very competitive right now. We have a few ties. on the board right now, but like I said, we're trying to get as many as possible. We're trying to be historic.
I was going to ask you who's leading right now.
After this past week, I want to say I had to look. I think the leader is 3.
Okay.
I want to say the leader is 3. I know so Jonathan Owens, even though he's on special teams, we count that as on defense as well. By him scoring a touchdown, that's 2 points. So he got a touchdown and a fumble recovery. So he has 3. Tremaine might have 3. I know I have 2. Kyler Gordon, I think he has either 2 or 3. Traquan has 2. Obviously, Jalen Johnson has 2. So there's a lot of ties right now. It's still early, like I said, but we're definitely competing for sure.
Yeah, it is still early, and I want to talk about the defensive secondary because despite being down 2 starters to start the game, and then you lose Kyler Gordon during the game, man, the secondary shined again. How proud are you of the backups in your secondary?
I'm extremely proud, man. You know, this is what NFL football is all about. You know what I mean? It's like going out there, taking advantage of the opportunity when your number is called. Elijah got the call early in the week, obviously, that he was going to get the start. Jalen Jones got the call in the middle of the week when Tyreek went down with an injury. And obviously Blackwell got in the game in the middle of the game when Kyler Gordon was balling and went there and took advantage of the opportunity, man. That's what you're just so proud to see guys that work hard throughout the week that, you know, take scout team reps, but they're still locked in meetings, still locked in at practice, knowing what's the game plan, knowing the adjustments throughout the week, and to go out there and execute. So that's what culture is all about. You know, when the starters aren't playing or the starter is injured, there's no drop-off, and there's the expectation that there's going to be no drop-off. So just proud of those guys and the way they played.
We've been talking about the defense. Do you have a chance to watch and admire the play of the offense? And if yes, what did you like?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I've said this from the beginning. I think I've said this on an interview with you. Caleb was going to need a few games to calibrate. He had so much success there at USC by making all those wild splash plays. I think he had to kind of figure out within the NFL what he can do, what he can get away with, what he can't get away with. And you just see him balling these last few weeks. But it was exciting to see Keenan Allen get 2 touchdowns. Obviously, I know he's been chopping at the bit to go out here and contribute a little bit more than he has. That was exciting. Cole's been balling. I think that was probably the biggest thing for me, watching Cole score 2 touchdowns, but also had 6 long snaps. He definitely deserved player of the game for sure, because that's not an easy feat to do as well. And then, you know, obviously my guy, DeAndre Swift, man, to be up to kind of silence the critics, I would say, in a way, these past few weeks by balling. So it's very fun right now to be on the Chicago Bears. Like you said, offense, defense, special teams. We just have a lot of guys that's wanting to go out there and contribute and make plays.
By the way, you're a great follow. I love the tweet that you sent out about your buddy Swift.
No, 100%. Because like I said, man, this is my guy. I was with him in Philly. We spent a lot of time together, not only just in the locker room, but off the field. So I understand how that goes, man. This guy, one thing that NFL fans, I think they know, but they need to know that we hold ourselves to a way higher standard than anybody can ever hold ourselves to. So I know it's frustrating for him not having the success that he wanted to have early in the season, you know, having conversations with him and things like that. But to see him finally be able to break through, it's just a proud moment for me, almost like a big brother moment in a way, to just be happy and say that, hey, man, you knew. I tell him every single day, even during the game and practice, like, you are one of them. You're him. That's something that I like to say, but you're him. You're a great player. Sometimes these things happen, so to be able to see him have success is definitely cool, man.
All right, Bears have won 3 in a row now. First time that's happened since 2020. You have some momentum. Do you wish you were playing this Sunday, or is it a good time for the bye week?
I guess it's a mix of both. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, I definitely want to continue to play because we have a lot of momentum going on, and it's been very fun just to be in the locker room with the guys and just kind of spending that time together. But, you know, we do have some injuries as well. You know, I think the bye week is coming at a good time. Obviously, we'll get Jaquan back, you know, after he clears protocol. But, you know, Tyreek has his calf, and Kyler Gordon went down with an injury as well. And then, obviously, offensively, there are some guys we want to get back to as well. So it's coming at a good time so we can get fully healthy. But I'm confident, just like the guys, the leadership we have on this team, that, you know, we're not going to this bye week getting complacent and thinking that, hey, we're 4-2, the season's over with. We're very hungry. And we definitely know the challenge we're going to have coming off the bye week with the Washington Commanders, who's obviously playing at a high level as well.
All right. A special congratulations to you from the Bears fans out there and from us at Fox 32. Recognized during the Middle Tennessee State football game this week against Kennesaw State. You are part of the Conference USA Hall of Fame class of 2024. Congrats, KB.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. It's an awesome honor, honestly. And also, I'm actually the first defensive player to go into the Conference USA Hall of Fame. So that's obviously another big thing for me. I obviously enjoyed great success in college at Middle Tennessee State and in Conference USA. So just honored, and just it's a special honor for it's going to be for me and my family as well.
You had a terrific collegiate career. I'll tell you what, I saw some of the achievements that you had. I mean, yeah, program's all-time leader in interceptions, interception return yards, interceptions returned for touchdowns, and you forced or gained 25 turnovers, man. You did it all. How else are you going to spend the time off this week?
And honestly, just spending time with family, continually doing my recovery. I like to keep my routine the same, whether if I'm on a bye week or not. Doing my, IV therapies and getting my massages and things like that. But yeah, just spending time with family. They got some well-deserved time with me for sure, especially being out in London for so long. So I'm going to spend some time with them, celebrate my wife's birthday that's coming up on Thursday. So yeah, man, just spending some well-deserved downtime with the family, not really traveling too much. Like I said, came back home to Nashville to be honored at my school's game, but I'll get right back to Chicago and just enjoy being a dad.
I love that. I love that. All right, let me give you a wrap up. You've seen enough football to know who the pretenders are and who the contenders are. And there are some out there who are still saying that, yeah, the Bears look good, but the teams that they've beaten, Tennessee, the Rams, Carolina, Jacksonville, those 4 teams are a combined 4-18. Respond to the detractors out there.
Yeah, man, I don't personally, I don't really care to respond to detractors, but what I will say is that in the NFL, every single game is hard to win. You know what I mean? Like, regardless of who's on your schedule, you have to beat whoever's on your schedule. Now, we're not the ones who make the schedule. At the end of the day, we just go out there and we play a faceless opponent. We're on a mission right now. But yeah, every game to win is hard in this league, and you have to celebrate every win because it's hard. At the end of the day, we're just focused on what we need to focus on. We have still a pretty hard schedule coming up. Obviously, we haven't played in division games, and we're in the strongest division in football. So pretenders, contenders, it's still too early. You know what I mean? Even some teams that have really great records right now, it might not be the case later in the year, and vice versa. Some teams that might have a so-so record right now might end up being playoff teams. So it's still early. We're still in the middle of that horse race where everybody's kind of combined in there a little bit. And it's going to be the time soon for us to try to, create some distance within the rest of the pack, especially as talented as this division is right now.
Yeah, let me give you one more because you touched on the NFC North. Man, can you believe how good the division is playing right now? And what a loss for the Lions in losing Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, prayers out to Aiden Hutchinson, man. Definitely one of the better players in this league. Definitely was a Defensive Player of the Year candidate the way he was playing right now. But this division is easily the most talented division I've been a part of since I've been in the league. Never been in a division where, the worst team was 4-2. You know what I mean? Like, guys are balling out of their minds right now, and it's going to be a very fun race towards the end. But this is what it's about. It's about competing. It's about competing against the best, competing with the best, and that's going to bring out your best. So I'm excited, and it's going to be crazy because all those games are bunched up there in the end. So it's for sure going to be some bloodbaths towards the end of this football season. Because I think we start our division with 3 straight division games. So definitely gonna get some bumps and bruises from those games. But excited, man. This is what November, December, and playoff football is gonna be all about.
You have brought exciting football back to the Bears fans. Thank you so much. Enjoy the week off. Enjoy the time with the family. And congrats again on the Conference USA Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys, man. Like you said, you're very good friends to me. And I appreciate all the well wishes, and I would definitely enjoy this bye week for sure.
Thanks, buddy. We will see you next week.
All right, will do, man. Thank you, guys.
Okay, thanks, Kevin.